The music world got a violent shove. It was a year that would be remembered for a seismic shift in the industry, a year when boundaries were pushed and new voices emerged. The music scene was buzzing with anticipation, but no one could have predicted the storm that was about to hit. A scrawny white rapper from Detroit, known as Eminem, stepped into the spotlight. He was an unlikely hero in a genre dominated by African-American artists, but his raw talent and unique voice set him apart. Eminem, whose real name is Marshall Mathers, had a story to tell, and he wasn't afraid to tell it. In February of that year, he dropped the Slim Shady LP. No one was ready for what was coming. The album was a Molotov cocktail of dark humor, brutal honesty, and killer beats. It was unlike anything the music world had ever heard before. The Slim Shady LP was a bold statement, a declaration of intent from an artist who was here to stay. The album was a Molotov cocktail of dark humor, brutal honesty, and killer beats. It was a raw, unfiltered look into the mind of a man who had seen the darkest corners of life and lived to tell the tale. Eminem's lyrics were sharp, his delivery was relentless, and his beats were infectious. The Slim Shady LP was more than just an album, it was a cultural phenomenon. Eminem, born Marshall Mathers, wasn't an overnight sensation. His journey to the top was filled with obstacles and setbacks. Growing up in a rough neighborhood in Detroit, he faced poverty, bullying, and a broken home. But through it all, he found solace in music. He started writing rhymes at a young age, using his pain and anger as fuel for his art. He'd been battling in the underground rap scene for years. The Detroit rap scene was a tough proving ground, but it was there that Eminem honed his skills. He participated in countless rap battles, earning respect and recognition from his peers. His quick wit, sharp tongue, and fearless attitude made him a force to be reckoned with. He had skills, but mainstream success felt miles away. Despite his undeniable talent, breaking into the mainstream was a daunting task. Eminem faced rejection after rejection, but he never gave up. He continued to grind, performing at small venues and recording demos, always believing that his big break was just around the corner. Then came Dr. Dre. The hip-hop legend saw something special in the young rapper's raw talent. Dr. Dre, a pioneer in the industry, recognized Eminem's potential and decided to take him under his wing. Their partnership was a match made in hip-hop heaven. With Dr. Dre's guidance and production expertise, Eminem's career took off. The rest, as they say, is history. The collaboration between Eminem and Dr. Dre was a game-changer. Together, they created a sound that was fresh, innovative, and undeniably powerful. The Slim Shady LP was just the beginning of a long and successful career for Eminem. It marked the start of a new era in hip-hop, one that would leave an indelible mark on the music industry. The Slim Shady LP was a sonic earthquake. It shook the foundations of the music industry and announced the arrival of a new superstar. The album's success was unprecedented, and it quickly climbed the charts, earning critical acclaim and commercial success. Eminem's unique style and unapologetic approach resonated with listeners around the world. It catapulted Eminem into superstardom, but not without controversy. The album's graphic lyrics about violence, sex, and drugs set off alarm bells across America. Eminem's unfiltered expression and willingness to tackle taboo subjects made him a polarizing figure. While some praised his honesty and artistry, others condemned his music as dangerous and offensive. The album's graphic lyrics about violence, sex, and drugs set off alarm bells across America. Politicians, parents, and critics cried foul. They accused Eminem of promoting harmful behavior and corrupting the youth. The media frenzy surrounding the album only added to its notoriety, making it one of the most talked about releases of the year. Politicians, parents, and critics cried foul. They called for boycotts and censorship, but their efforts only seemed to fuel the album's popularity. Eminem's music became a lightning rod for debate, sparking conversations about freedom of expression, artistic responsibility, and the impact of music on society. But for millions of listeners, Eminem's music was a breath of fresh air, a middle finger to the status quo. His raw honesty and fearless approach resonated with a generation that felt misunderstood and marginalized. Eminem's fans saw him as a voice for the voiceless, a champion for those who had been silenced. This is the story of that album, the impact it had, and how it changed music forever. The Slim Shady LP was more than just a collection of songs, it was a cultural milestone. It challenged the norms, pushed the boundaries, and redefined what was possible in hip-hop. Eminem's rise to fame was a testament to the power of perseverance, talent, and the unyielding belief in one's own voice. The late 90s was a weird time for hip-hop. Gangster rap, with its gritty tales of street life, was huge. Puff Daddy and his shiny suits dominated the airwaves. The music industry craved the next big thing, but it felt like everything had been done. Then Eminem arrived like a punch to the gut. He wasn't from New York or LA. He was a trailer park kid with a chip on his shoulder and a notebook full of rhymes. He was white in a genre dominated by black artists. He was different, he was angry, and he could rap like a demon. Eminem's early work was raw and unfiltered. He poured his heart out on tracks, spitting about poverty, his dysfunctional family, and the struggles of being white in a predominantly black art form. He was hungry for success, but the music industry didn't know what to do with him. He was too real, too raw, too different, but everything was about to change.
Born in 1972, my childhood was rough. It was a time of constant upheaval and uncertainty. We grew up poor, shuffling between Missouri and Detroit with my single mother. She worked multiple jobs just to keep food on the table and a roof over our heads. I was bullied relentlessly, a skinny white kid in predominantly black schools. The taunts and physical abuse were a daily occurrence. Music became my escape, my sanctuary from the harsh realities of life. I discovered hip-hop at 14, captivated by the wordplay and the beats. The raw energy and emotion in the music spoke to me in a way nothing else ever had. I started rapping, battling other kids in school hallways and local clubs. These battles were more than just competitions. They were a proving ground, a way to earn respect and make a name for myself. I devoured hip-hop magazines, studying the greats like Run DMC and L Cool J. I analyzed their lyrics, their flow, their stage presence, trying to absorb every bit of knowledge I could. I filled notebooks with rhymes, honing my craft. Every spare moment was spent writing, rewriting, and perfecting my lyrics. It was an obsession, a relentless drive to improve.
Life wasn't easy, the streets were tough and opportunities were scarce. Eminem dropped out of high school, worked dead-end jobs and struggled to make ends meet. Each day was a grind, a battle to survive. He lived in poverty, often wondering where his next meal would come from. The weight of financial stress was a constant burden. He became a father at 23, adding to his responsibilities. The pressure to provide for his family was immense, but it also fueled his determination to succeed. Music was his only constant, his outlet, his dream. It was the one thing that gave him hope and a sense of purpose. He recorded demos, sent them to record labels, and got rejected over and over again. Each rejection was a blow, but it also strengthened his resolve. But he never gave up. He kept pushing, kept striving, believing that one day his break would come. His big break came in 1997 when he released the Slim Shady LP demo tape. It was raw, unfiltered, and unlike anything else out there. The tape found its way to Dr. Dre, the legendary producer and rapper who had just started his own label, Aftermath Entertainment. Dre was known for his keen ear and ability to spot talent. Dre heard the tape and he knew he'd found something special. He saw the raw talent, the potential, and the unique voice that Eminem brought to the table. It was the beginning of a partnership that would change the face of hip-hop forever. Together, they crafted a sound that was both groundbreaking and authentic. Eminem's lyrics, combined with Dre's production, created a powerful and unforgettable combination. Eminem's rise to fame was meteoric. His performances were electrifying, his lyrics raw and real. He connected with audiences on a deep emotional level. Over the years, he released multiple albums, each one a testament to his growth as an artist. He won numerous awards and accolades, solidifying his place in the pantheon of hip-hop legends. Despite the fame and success, Eminem never forgot where he came from. His journey was a testament to the power of perseverance, talent, and the unbreakable human spirit. Today, Eminem stands as a symbol of resilience and determination. His story is a reminder that no matter how tough the struggle, with passion and hard work, dreams can become reality. Section 4. Dr. Dre, the Beat Whisperer. Dr. Dre was a hip-hop god. His influence on the genre was unparalleled, and his ability to create beats that resonated with millions was nothing short of legendary. As a member of NWA, he'd revolutionized the genre with his pioneering gangster rap. The group's raw and unapologetic lyrics, combined with Dre's innovative production, set the stage for a new era in hip-hop. He'd gone on to become a successful solo artist and producer, crafting hits for Snoop Dogg, Tupac, and others. His solo work, particularly his debut album The Chronic, was a game-changer, introducing the world to the G-Funk sound.
He had an ear for talent and a knack for crafting beats that could shake the world. His meticulous attention to detail and his relentless pursuit of perfection made him a force to be reckoned with in the music industry. When I heard Eminem's demo, I was blown away. It was unlike anything I'd ever heard before. The raw energy, the intricate wordplay, the unapologetic honesty, it was all there, and it was electrifying. I loved the raw energy, the intricate wordplay, the unapologetic honesty. Eminem's lyrics were a breath of fresh air in a genre that was becoming increasingly formulaic. He had a unique voice and a perspective that was both provocative and insightful. I saw in Eminem a kindred spirit, an artist who wasn't afraid to push boundaries and challenge conventions. He was fearless, and that fearlessness was something I deeply admired. It was clear to me that he had the potential to be a game changer in the industry.
Dre signed Eminem to Aftermath in 1998. This was a pivotal moment, not just for Dre and Eminem, but for the entire music industry. It marked the beginning of a partnership that would go on to redefine hip-hop. It was a controversial move. Many people in the industry were skeptical. They questioned Dre's decision to sign a white rapper, especially one as controversial and polarizing as Eminem. A lot of people questioned Dre's decision to sign a white rapper, especially one as controversial as Eminem. There were debates, discussions, and a lot of skepticism. But Dre was confident in his decision. He saw something in Eminem that others didn't. But Dre saw something special in him, a raw talent that could be molded into a superstar. He believed in Eminem's potential and was willing to take the risk. Dre's faith in Eminem was unwavering, and he was determined to prove the naysayers wrong.
Together, we started working on the Slim Shady LP. I brought my sonic genius to the table, crafting beats that were dark, funky, and instantly memorable. The process was intense, but it was also incredibly rewarding. We were creating something special, something that would leave a lasting impact. Eminem brought his lyrical prowess, his anger, his humor, and his unique perspective on the world. His lyrics were raw, honest, and often controversial, but they were also deeply personal and reflective of his own experiences. A creative partnership was born, one that would change the face of hip-hop. Our collaboration was more than just music. It was a meeting of minds, a fusion of two distinct but complementary artistic visions. Together, we pushed the boundaries of what hip-hop could be, and in the process, we created something truly groundbreaking.
Section 5. The Slim Shady LP, a controversial masterpiece. The Slim Shady LP hit the shelves on February 23, 1999. It was a sonic grenade tossed into the heart of the music industry. The album was a stark departure from the gangster rap and bling-bling anthems that dominated the airwaves. It was dark, funny, violent, and deeply personal. It was also undeniably brilliant.
The album introduced the world to Slim Shady, Eminem's alter ego. Shady was everything Eminem wasn't supposed to be, a violent, misogynistic, drug-addled maniac with a twisted sense of humor. He was a caricature of American excess, a reflection of the dark underbelly of society.
The album's lyrics were shocking, offensive, and often hilarious. Eminem rapped about murder, rape, drug addiction, and his hatred for his mother and his ex-wife. He pushed the boundaries of good taste, courting controversy with every rhyme.
But beneath the shock value, there was a raw honesty, a vulnerability that resonated with listeners.